The Beautiful Swanling. In a peaceful, picturesque meadow, there lived a little creature that looked quite different from the other animals. This creature was a duckling, but its feathers were not as fluffy and golden as the rest. Its feathers were dull and grey, and it had a slightly awkward appearance. While the other ducklings splashed and played in the sparkling pond, this little one often felt left out and sad. The other animals in the meadow called it the ugly duckling, and that name hurt its feelings deeply. Day by day, the ugly duckling withdrew from the others and spent more time alone by the pond, gazing at its own reflection and wondering why it was so different. One day, as the ugly duckling sat by the pond, an elegant swan gracefully glided onto the water. The swan's feathers were white and radiant, its long neck held high with pride. The ugly duckling stared in awe, feeling a strange connection to this beautiful creature. The swan noticed the sad expression on the duckling's face and approached gently. "Hello there," the swan said kindly. "Why do you look so down?" The ugly duckling hesitated, feeling embarrassed about its appearance. "I'm different from everyone else. I'm not as pretty as the other ducklings, and they call me the ugly duckling," the swan smiled warmly. "Ah, I understand how you feel. You see, I wasn't always this beautiful. I was once just like you, a plain and awkward cygnet. But I grew into who I am today. Beauty isn't just about appearances, it's about the uniqueness that lies within you." The ugly duckling was surprised to hear this. Could it be true that there was beauty hidden within itself? The swan continued to visit the duckling, sharing stories of its own transformation and encouraging the little one to embrace its individuality. As the days turned into weeks, the ugly duckling began to notice changes within itself. Its grey feathers slowly transformed, becoming softer and more delicate. It realized that it wasn't an ugly duckling after all, it was a swan, just like the one that had befriended it. And as its feathers changed, so did its heart. It grew confident, spreading its wings and joining the other animals by the pond. The ugly duckling was no longer ugly. It had become a beautiful swanling, radiating grace and self-assuredness. The other animals were amazed at its transformation and welcomed it with open arms. The ducklings who used to tease it were now in awe of its elegance, and so, the meadow witnessed a magical transformation not just in the appearance of the ugly duckling, but in its outlook on life. It learned that true beauty comes from embracing one's uniqueness and having the courage to shine, no matter how different one may feel. And from that day forward, the meadow was home to a beautiful swanling who had once been an ugly duckling, reminding everyone that within every heart, there lies the potential for a remarkable transformation.